Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Mina and I make videos every Fridays, and today's video is going to be a tag that I found on YouTube that I haven't heard about. The tag is by Let Me in the Library, and it is the original Positions book tag. If you know anything about me, you know that I love Ariana Grande. She is my queen. I have been standing her for years. I went to her show. I have like a ton of her merch. Like, needless to say, she is one of my favorite queens of all time. Obviously inspired by the Positions album by Ariana Grande. For every song there is a prompt and you have to answer to that prompt with a book, and I love books and I love Ariana Grande, so this was the perfect fit. We're gonna get started. The first one is Shut Up. I think we can all agree. And the prompt is a book you couldn't shut up about. Divergent. Honestly, I'll just get it out the way now. Like, I talk about Divergent all the time. It's literally the first book to come to mind whenever I think of a book. It's the first book that I really like became hardcore interested in. Either that or Harry Potter. But as a grown woman, as a grown 14-year-old, it was Divergent. So, okay. 34 plus 35, a book that you stayed up to finish. Actually, I just finished a book called Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys. I just returned it to my library. And I didn't stay up all night to finish, but I did like finish it in one sitting. So I hope that counts. But I did like take up my time just to finish that book because I was like 100 pages away from the finish and I couldn't stop. And it's a very, very good book. Should I be giving you summaries? Salt to the Sea is about... I really went into it not knowing a thing about it, so I don't know how to explain it. It's a historical fiction novel about these characters that go through shit to be able to be safe, and it is, if you like historical fiction, Ruta Sepetys is definitely one of the first people that come to mind, honestly. I've enjoyed all her books that I've read, and she just has a way of writing historical fiction in an interesting way where you won't get bored and you will really be rooting for these characters. So it's about a tragedy and it's historical fiction and it's really, really good. So I definitely recommend. Okay, prompt number 3, Motive, a book that left you questioning everything. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. 100% left me questioning everything. Like, if you've ever read that book, I cannot tell you what it's about because it gives away the whole story. It's better to go into it not knowing a thing because that's what I did, and I am so happy that I did because it just blew my mind. It like knocked it out of the park with everything that it did, honestly. Like, the writing, everything about it was good. It was just so, like, usually I'm able to like kind of guess where the plot is going in a mystery or in a thriller or whatever, but this one, I honestly had no idea. It just came swinging and it beat the shit out of me. It's very good, very good. I definitely recommend. Okay, prompt number 4, Just Like Magic, a book with all your favorite tropes. Ooh, I gotta go look through my Goodreads for that one. I really like angst. I like enemies to lovers. I like I hate everyone but you. I hate everyone in the world but you is that bitch. Renegades by Marissa Meyer has all my favorite tropes. I love that book. I haven't read the second book because I refuse to, but it's so good. It has enemies to lovers. It has enemies when they don't know that they're enemies, and the angst. Ooh, I love it so much. I love it. It's so good, so good, so well done. Marissa Meyer is honestly an incredible author. She does amazing, amazing books. If you haven't read her books, please do, because chef's kiss, they're so good. Okay. Off the Table, a book that raised your standards. I want to say, are we talking about book-related standards? Because if that's the case, then it's a completely different story. I think The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald raised my standards because that was like one of the first books where it's like almost a literary, not almost, it's literally a literary legend, and it's so good. Anything by F. Scott Fitzgerald is incredible and so well done and just so good. That raised my standards for writings and things like that, like the way a story is told, for sure. What else? I really liked the world building. When it comes to world building, the way my standards were raised is by anything by Cassandra Clare, like the Infernal Devices, the Mortal Instruments, everything by her is just so incredible when it comes to world building. She did a great Great job. Now when it comes to fictional men, any of the aforementioned books and Shatter Me. Nobody's beating Warner for me. Okay. 630, a problematic book that you love anyway. Okay, this is controversial right now. I don't know why, because it used to be so big in the booktube community, but I really, really like Anna and the French Kiss. I don't consider it problematic, but a lot of people think it's problematic, which I don't understand. I can kind of get the gist of why people think it's problematic, but I think it's just fiction. I mean, like, can't we just let fiction be? Like, it's not even real. So do we really have to say it's problematic and never read it again? You know, I'm going to read it. I don't care. Okay, Safety Net, Safety Net is my favorite song off this album. A book you immediately knew was a 5-star read, and I'm going to link this to something between me and my sister. The Winner's Curse, the whole series, I just knew was going to be a 5-star read, because it's just a very, very good book series. I read it back in the day and it was a 5-star read, and then I listened to the audiobooks recently and I finished the whole series through audiobooks, and I just knew the whole time that it was going to be a 5-star read. Like, there was no doubt in my mind about it. It's one of the most well-written books. The universe is so well created. The fucking angst in that book is honestly, like, I literally, the song Safety Net describes Aaron and Crestel so much. You cannot tell me I'm wrong. Just listen to it, listen to the lyrics, and if you've read the series, you'll be able to connect the dots. And honestly, that book series is so well done. It is about a general's daughter, and it has slaves in it, and it has such a good world building. Like, honestly, I've never seen world building done so well in any other book series than in that series. Like, honestly, Chef's Kiss, the tropes are in there, incredible, so much angst, I live for it, and the characters are just so well done, and the world is so well done, and honestly, a 5-star, like, for every single book in the series, which is hard to do. Okay. My Hair, a well-known author whose work you haven't touched but are interested in. Marisha Pessl, she wrote the Night Film book. I haven't read anything from her writing. I am about to, though. It's coming up sometime soon. I will read it. I just haven't read it recently or like read anything of hers. Pendar Blake, I haven't read anything of, and her series is pretty popular. Their series is pretty popular. Nasty, a new release you can't wait to read. Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer, I'm excited to read, but I think that was released last year, so that's great. Morgan Matson is releasing Take Me Home Tonight. I'm excited because I love Morgan Matson and her writing. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love anything by her. She's one of my favorite authors. I literally love anything she writes, so I'm excited for. Okay. West Side, your favorite series? Probably Shatter Me. I would say Divergent, but Divergent was mine when I was younger, and obviously Twilight is one of my favorite series. Harry Potter, obviously 100%. I love Harry Potter, by Ariana Grande, of course. I love The Mortal Instruments, but if we're talking like love, will never stop loving, I will forever love you, bitch, it's definitely Shatter Me. I even have the word Ignite tattooed on my spine, so like, you can't tell me that's not dedication. It's my favorite series, and Warner is my favorite human being. That doesn't exist. Okay. That was sad. I hate that. Okay. Love Language, a comfort book you keep returning to. Divergent. I literally read it in any... How many times am I going to say Divergent? I gotta find something else to talk about. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, I always go back to. I reread it every year because it's very comforting to me, and like, I love everything about it. The Mortal Instruments, like the first book in the series, mostly it's Divergent. I always go back to it when I'm feeling stressed or anxious, or want to read something that will make me like be strong or whatever. I even took it with me when I had my surgery, which I didn't end up reading when I was there, but just it being there was kind of comforting to me. So yeah. Obvious, a book you loved from a genre you don't normally read. That's very obvious for me. It's by Ruta Sepetys, and the genre is historical fiction. I never read historical fiction, ever. Fountains of Silence, it's by Ruta Sepetys, and the genre was historical fiction. I think it was the first like time I like voluntarily read a historical fiction, or like knew like that I was reading a historical fiction. Usually I just read it and then I find out that it's a historical fiction, but I usually don't give them 5 stars ever, but this one, the Fountains of Youth, was chef's kiss. I listened to the audiobook and I've never been so attached to characters more than I have been in that series. That's a lie, there's a lot of them, but like, you know, like in a historical fiction, I never usually like get super attached to these characters, but the ones in Fountains of Silence, honestly, such a well done book, so great, so well done. Like, Ruta Sepetys just does not miss, and her books are so incredible and so well done that you have no choice but to love them. And that one was it for me. And yeah, okay. POV, which is my second favorite song off the album. A book you'd love to see told from a different point of view. Okay, I would love to see A Court of Thorns and Roses, the first one, done from Rysand's point of view. Rysand? I don't know. I say Rysand. I don't know. People just never get it right, so I don't know. But I would love to see it told from Rysand's point of view. I think that's pretty much it. There's not a lot of books that I would like to see from a different point of view. I think that those would kill me if I read them from a different point of view, from like the main character's point of view, the second main character's point of view, or the love interest point of view. And yeah, that concludes this video, you guys. That concludes the Positions book tag. Let me know down below if you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you have any similar answers to me, or if you disagree with me. Let me know why. I love to, you know, wake up and choose violence every day. But yeah, I had so much fun creating this video, and this book tag is so incredible and so fun to do. If you're interested in any other book tags, link me down below, and I will do that for you, because I love books and I love tags and I love book tags. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys again next week with another video. Always remember to keep your head, heels, and standards high, and to treat people with kindness. Bye, you guys.